निर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। दुर्जनः सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जनः शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्चेत बन्देभ्यो मुक्तान् अन्यान् विमोचयेत्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। हरिः ॐ। So, Jai Ramakrishna to all. So today let us continue with the fourth shloka. Yada hinendriyartheshu न कर्मस्वनुसज्जते सर्वसंकल्प संन्यासी योगारूढ़स्तदोच्यते. So here Lord Krishna is saying that yadahi na indriyartheshu na कर्मस्वनुसज्जते सर्वसंकल्प संन्यासी yogaरूढ़स्तदोच्यते. So in this shloka also he is saying about the yoga rudha. It means the ultimate achiever. So when you establish it in yoga, the final goal of this dhyana yoga, of course any other yoga, particularly in this context, this dhyana yoga. So as I said earlier, Lord Krishna is Jagat Guru, and directly he is not coming to the point, but mostly all sadhakas, they always think of the result and immediate result. Moreover, they are very much eager to get the result in short span of time. But here Lord Krishna in this dhyana yoga, he is not directly immediately telling about the process, the ways and means of meditation. Otherwise you would have started directly, you have to sit like this and you have to do like this. But here it is not like that. He is talking about the karma yoga and about sannyasa and sankalpas, nivrutti of the sankalpas. The thing is, in order to get the result, we have to fulfill certain conditions. And in addition to that, so whenever you, for example, a student is there, and as a father, and he has ambition that my child has to become so and so. So before that, what he says in material life, first they won't say that what to do, what not to do, how to study, but they say that if you become so and so, and you will get these comforts, the certain comforts, and you will get name and fame. It means after achieving that, what you get, that they tell first. So to motivate the student. So generally, if you say the go to make a student to go to school, first they say if you go there, what happens? They tell. There is the right way of motivation. Here, Lord Krishna also saying that the process of meditation, later he tells in this chapter, but in the earlier slokas he said what to do and what would be your state of mind. And in order to get the result, what way you have to lead your life. And to get the result, what are the preconditions, he said. And he tells more in further also. But here, Lord Krishna is saying that in this shloka, so the yoga rudha tadochate. So the person, after this meditation, when he succeeded in this meditation, this process, what would be his status? In second chapter, Lord Krishna says about Sthita Prajna concept. So a man of study wisdom, and what are the qualities of that the man of study wisdom? It tells there. Actually, what Swami Vivekananda said, each soul is potentially divine, and the goal of life is to manifest the divinity. And he also said about religion. Religion is the manifestation of the divinity already in man, already present in man. So religion means it is realization, that's all. So the definition for religion Swamiji said, religion is the manifestation of the divinity already present in man. So that divinity is there, it is hidden. So we have to manifest that in our every walk of life. Here Lord Krishna also saying, yoga rudha, after this sincere meditation, intensive meditation, and a deep meditation, then what would be his status? He's saying that. So for this, he's telling three conditions. Yada. So it means then only. So what are the three conditions? If you have the three conditions, then we can say that you have achieved to the utmost level in meditation. So what is that? Yada hinendriyartheshu nakarmas anusajjate sarva sankalpa sannyasi yogarudastarochate. Here, three conditions he said. One is na indriyartheshu, nendriyartheshu. So here in na means negative in Sanskrit. Na indriyartheshu. Here indriyas and indriya artha. In Vedanta, these two words are there. Indriya and indriyarthas. So we know that indriyas, we have 5 sense organs. What are the 5 sense organs? That you know, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. These are called 5 sense organs. And the arthas of, the artha means of these indriyas are nothing but objects. Objects of indriyas. They are called vishayas. So 5 indriyas are there, and pertaining to each indriya, there is indriyartha, that vishaya. For eyes, certain Indriya arthas said that the objects are there of that objects of visualizing. For nose, smell, tongue, taste, ear, the sound. In the same way, skin, the touch, feelings. So these are indriyarthas. So when in meditation, when you reach to utmost level, then what happens here? Na indriyartheshu. It means you are not running after that vishayas. So when it is sublime, when there is no such state, then you are say that yogarudha, you achieved, you succeeded. There are criterions. These are all criterions. Then secondly, he said, na karma svanusajjate, and that karma also ceases. There is no more materialistic work and completely workless. It means that we discuss in detail later. So when a man ceases to have any attachment for the objects of senses and for actions, so there is no attachment of these actions, na karman na svanusajjate, then sarva sankalpa sannyasi. Here sannyasa, samyak nyasa. Nyasa means giving up. Sarva sankalpa, it means giving up of all sankalpas. When you give up all sankalpas, then your yogarudha state. Here, this is the rough meaning of this sloka. Now let us come to the point. But here, many questions arises. The God in creation, his creation, this body-mind complex, we have this body, sense organs, mind, and buddhi, all this. And another challenging thing is they are always outward. Indriyas are always outward. He created in such a way. They always run after the sense organs. And that is why in Kathopanishad, God created in such a way, like, but he said, Kashchid Dhiraha, the few people, those who are the challenging and Dhira, they think they are quite against this. My creation is like that, always projecting outside, outward. But Kashchid Dhira, what they do reverse to that. They inverse. That I said, no, umbrella, just if you unfold, it spreads, and folding quite opposite to that. So whatever you do, you have to unfold, you have to do like that, and to fold, reverse to that. So you have to do the same here in this meditation. When you do that, so that is why na indriyartheshu, it means the sense organs, and it is not thinking of the objects, and it is so challenging. So here question arises, why God has created like this, and why all these hurdles, so many problems? And this question naturally comes to us. Why all these challenges? Why all dualities? And then he is saying that you are not supposed to think of, you have that karma, you have to reduce your karma. There is no sankalpas. And it is very, what you call, ambiguous. And why it is like that? Let us think. So whenever we achieve something great, after hardship, after hard work, the joy comes from that. is immense. In case of mathematics, for example, Sir naturally he solves some problems on the blackboard or whiteboard nowadays, and after that he asks the student to solve some sums of his own, and in that there are some typical sums are also there. But when a student, while attempting that, and if you get the solution to that sum, though it is very difficult, so despite of the problem he faces, and he has to think a lot to get that solution. But after, while there is a struggle, but after getting the solution of that solution to that problem, then when he in the last page or after that chapter, when he sees the answer, if it is same, then you see that joy, that enjoyment, immense happiness. Here, animals, happiness lies in just the sense organs only. Its level is sensory level, instinct, that's all. Only awareness, not self-awareness. There is no elevation to that. There is no progress to that. So right from the birth till it ends of its life, and only just existence and food and shelter, nothing more. But in case of man, as he grows and as he develops, his way of enjoyment, deriving the happiness, changes. When he was a small boy and he enjoys with marbles in his pocket, if that boy possesses say 30 balls or 50 marbles, and he enjoy a lot, feels so happy. But as he grow, and there is a change of the deriving happiness. It means from physical level, then sensory level, and later intellectual, and he enjoys reading books and discussing with some people and reading some books. So in that way, and the level of enjoyment increases, and higher level of enjoyment. And still, if you grow more, higher and higher, what Swami Vivekananda says. And next one is, after that intellectual, that's spiritual happiness. And here also same, when there is a challenge, despite of hurdles, if you achieve that, and then only you are a great. Then only there is a meaning. There is a scope to expel. Here, and another question also comes, then why God created like this? In his creation, everything should be simple. And whatever we think we have to get. But why this much struggle? And the other day I said, I think, let me repeat. Let us recollect. So when we, in our normal life, we create what you call certain games for enjoyment, for relaxation, away from routine life. And we have to relax. And for that, of course, many items are there. But one example, that one game we introduce, we create, number of games are there. Right? Say even now kabaddi or cricket or hockey, volleyball, football, and chess, whatever it may be. But all these games, and it is not that much easy. There are certain rules and regulations. There are certain hurdles. And do's and don'ts. And other day I gave an example of this cricket. So, though it is very hard, very difficult, that ball itself, it is very hard. You may lose your life. And even any game, even if you think of what you call tennis also. So much of, it is the net is certain height, and there is certain do's and don'ts fall, and how to serve, on what way you have to serve. So many hurdles are there, many do's and don'ts are there. So man created this, and by after overcoming this, if you succeed, then only you are a good player or a great player. So man created game itself, we have certain rules and regulations. And knowingly, why should, otherwise, if nothing is there, if height of that net is so low, and it is so easy to play. But there are certain conditions and rules and regulations. Why it is so? Why we created like that? It means if anything is easy, if everything is easy and there is no greatness in that, there is no enjoyment in that, there is no scope of achieve. No, you can't say that he is a great player, a good player, the best player. Despite of facing these challenges, despite of overcoming these hurdles and problems, if you play well, perfectly, then we appreciate. Yes. So in the same way, here the goal of a player, the goal of each and every player is that he has to achieve something great. Facing all these problems, and he has to achieve. He has to reach that peak level. So the more problems he faced, the more challenges he face in that play game, and overcoming that, and if he succeed, the more hurdles faced by that player, and more hurdles he cope up, then we say that after reaching that, after succeeding, we admire him, we say him the great player, the best player. So in the same way, this life, God creation also, it is also a game, a leela. That is his play. So in that, we are all the players. So in this, he also created so many challenges, so many hurdles, so many problems. And he says that Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi, all Sankalpas you have to give up. In the same way, Na Indriyartheshu, and sense are, all objects are there, sound, he created sound. Yes. And the smell, many fragrance, many things. But he's saying that we have to withdraw from that, and we have to lessen it. When yada, that state, then you say that you achieved. It means while if you do meditation and you will get that state, there is a possibility. You have to think that you should be more optimistic. Lord Krishna said that you can achieve. It means there is a possibility, and that we have to think here. So we can achieve that state in this life to some extent. The whole in all this life itself, we can achieve that 100%. If it is not there, nothing to worry. This life we may achieve the 30, 40, 50% or 60%. Nothing to worry. Next birth, from 60% you achieved in this life, and from 61 you continue. So here there's a possibility that that's why Lord Krishna is saying. Otherwise, would have not said in this chapter about Dhyana Yoga. So, but here we have to think, as we progress, as we grow, they gradually decreases. But here the thing is, when you do meditation, here we are saying that we are doing something is great is going to happen. What Ranganathan Maharaj says, that you are doing meditation means something is great you are going to achieve. Something is great, he said, because we are trying to control. That is a kaschid dhira, nayamatma barhinena labhya, not these weak-minded people, or who always run after the objects, who is weak-minded, who has always filthy sankalpas and this and that, like a small boy. Whatever is there, he keeps in his mind. He also ready to attempted to eat, keep in his mouth, a small baby, 1 or 2 years. So whatever is there in that, whether it is a plastic item or iron item, whether it is a knife, whether it is a eatable thing or non-eatable thing, doesn't matter. So always he tries to take it. So we should not be like that. So whatever is available in this world, so don't. But here Lord Krishna is saying that when you do this meditation, first what happens? This indriyarthesho, it means the object, sense organs, this eye is there, and what the object of Visha object is means the some things to see, the nature or something, or a person. So when you achieve that, and you see there is not a temptation, and you see that when you happen to see a beautiful scenery, a wonderful sea, then you identify yourself with that, and then you see, you will think of, you contemplate of that, how great this, how much big this is, so vast it is, and the rivers, all rivers, they merge into that sea, but sea never, there is no floods, just like rivers. And see the greatness of this God's creation. And 75%, 75%, we are surrounded with these oceans, water only. But in case of the rivers floods in rainy seasons, and we have seen in Hyderabad, just the well-planned city rains, then you see the situation. But if happens, it is in the case of sea, the very moment, the whole world is a pralaya, and next day there would not be any organism on this earth. So when you see that, see, object is there, how here, but we are not, that what happened, that leads to, that is, object is there here, eye is there, and in outside the world we can't close our eyes, and you can't close your ears and lead your life. Naturally sound comes. Naturally we see many things in the world. But here, when you achieve to that state and we perceive, we see him, yes, his divinity we see. Yes. And in see, we think that what comes to our mind? The creator. The creation is there, then we think of the creator. So now, whatever you have seen the sea, and your mind now dwells in the creator. Now, you are here not question of possessing or many others. So how nice it is, I have to come again and again, I have to stay here. No, this will not, this idea should not come. When you are in meditative mode, when you are in meditation, that state, then na indriya means that object is there, but here what happens? Just now you are contemplating. on that Almighty. You think of that whenever there is a rainfall. So the scientists of the whole world, they put together, they cannot prepare water. The all scientists together, if they try to produce water in the laboratory, and that lasts for even not for 1 hour also, that that much water only they can produce. But here you see in the nature how much water we are getting. So whenever the rain comes, then you see the creator, though somebody is there too. That hydrogen is there in the nature, oxygen is there, but hydrogen, oxygen, they combine together and they form water, and that water again evaporates, then clouds, and after particular season, after 4 months of evaporation, that remaining 4 months, they come to this land. And by seeing that, and generally what we think, so rains that we have to go and we have to enjoy and we have to see, and that comes into your mind. And next time you won't get that situation. Next time, then what happens when you try to enjoy that rain and going there and observing that, then naturally in our mind what comes, so I have to enjoy always. I have to always, this should be continued in our life. So it not happen. And then you think, so somebody should come. They also, next time they also, I take my uh, better off my children, and they also come, they have to see, I make them to go. That moment it comes. But then what happened, a kind of position, and it should be everlasting, continuously. It should, we have to have that state of mind, that scenery should be there in your mind. So this create problem. But when you are in meditating mode, then what happens, you never think of that moment only, just rain is coming, and you think of the wonderful creation, and how merciful this God, and for our drinking purpose and for cultivation, for washing clothes and all our needs, and God created. Then here, na indriyarthesh, but indriyas are there, indriyarth object, vishayas are there, but here the perception is changed, the attitude. It means here there is no attachment, and that causes problem. That is the real problem. More attachment. Attachment should not be there. Just last time, JP sir also he gave about Sri Ramakrishna. He said, and we said that maid servant, she in a rich family, you know that, and she's working, and there is attachment. So my house, and this is my garden, and my children. They think that, but if the moment they say yes, we don't want your services, then what happens? And immediately, and detachment, we give up. So here, that should be there. Then that is the purpose. So when we start meditation seriously, we get to that state of mind. Then always you are joyful. That is the purpose of life. It means many dvandas comes, many dualities are there, and in this life means it is not bed of roses. All sorts of struggles, problems, and different types of people within the family and in the office or school or college or wherever you are there in this world, and it is quite common. But here he said, Lord Krishna, then in the same way, na karmas anusajjate, and in the same way, the action also. Then just now I have given law example. I let us contemplate on that. Why God created like this, and why he is asking to withdraw our mind from that. Why he has to create, and why he has to asking us to withdraw, then only this is the goal of life. Yes, this is true. The thing is, everything is there, otherwise there is a life become dry. Otherwise, the life become very dry. All are there, but what to do, what not to do, that awareness, that self-awareness is there to man. The discrimination power is there to man. That we have to think. So when you do meditation, and that meditation, that discrimination power, we develop. So in meditation, what happens? The indriyartha issue. It means we close our eyes and we say goodbye to objects, goodbye to sense organs, and goodbye to this mind. And everything is now outward, now everything is inward. So antarmukha. Then that moment, and you'll get blissful condition. When you are in deep sleep, there is no sense organs are there, but not objects are there. But sense organs are not projected towards that objects. Then naturally, if sense organs are not running after that objects, and they do not give information to this mind, and mind are also not going behind the sense organs. Then naturally what happens? There is no world. When there is no world, in deep sleep state, so much happiness. So in the meditation state, meditation also, the same thing happens. We unconsciously, we say goodbye to all these things, and we focus our mind only on the Atman or our chosen deity. So there itself, nothing is there. It means no indriyartha, no objects are there, but in this sense organs are not running after that. In the same way, karma. Yes, just you're sitting, of course, meditation is also karma, but here this is sadhana karma, highest karma, and not that karma that brings impressions, and that negative impressions causes what problem. That is not there. This is a divine karma, divya karma, we call it as. Then even then you achieve the highest stage, then naturally there is no work. It means we never think of that. We no question of going outside, and wherever you are, and God gives everything to you. That state comes. Of course, that is the goal. Yes, you need not work, but the everything is that minimum food and shelter and readily available to you. You need not go for that and settle. And you never think of that. They come by its own. He looks after yoga kshemam vahamyaham. That's why Lord Krishna said, yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So that state, Muktaranama, what just Girish Chandra Bose happened the same. Actions are there, but it is related to that Sri Ramakrishna, his action. So that state. And secondly, then Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi. It means the Sankalpa Sannyasa means Samyak Nyasaha. Here Sannyasa means who gives up. Sarva Sankalpa. Yes. And of course, in the beginning, negative Sankalpas, and they are nullified by then good Sankalpas. And if you progress, then this Nisankalpa, there is no Sankalpa. You need not, what you call, contemplate on that. There is no Sankalpa. That's all. But everything is driven by that Atman, or everything is driven by the divine power. So all Sankalpas are his Sankalpas now, then, not your. So when you achieve to the highest stage, Sankalpas are there, but not ordinary, is related to mundane life, selfish life, but it is for the welfare of the society. Sarvabhuta Hitirata. Lord Sri Ramakrishna gives an example that Shankara Bhagavad. So after realizing his real nature and nothing to do in this world, no karma. Generally, they won't do karma. Everything is ceased out, drops out. When a fruit completely repent and naturally it falls detached from that plant. In the same way, all karmas detaches, all sankalpas. But for sarvabhuta hiterata, for the welfare of the society, then they have that one sankalpa, they cling to that, and that is why they exist in this world and they do good to the world and society. So that sankalpa should be there. It means after reaching the stage, there is no sankalpas and is nothing to do this world and always and immersed in blissful condition, ever joyful. And where is it? When he derives happiness, that ultimate source of happiness, and nothing to do, no sankalpa, no karma, everything is there. No. Generally, why do people go outside? You want this and that, this sankalpa and that sankalpa. So I have to have this next time. This I should have this. I should have now this state. Next another position. Next another position. So what is the purpose behind it? It means if there is a next position, next promotion or next promotion, so that green pen may come or some good position or name and fame. No, what is the purpose behind it? The sankalpa this, it means so, a kind of happiness and better than this I may get. No, but when it is intrinsic, real happiness comes without having all this, then nothing, no sankalpas. Is God's will, and he's like other day said, no, just like a leaf, a herbal leaf without food, a dried herbal leaf, and it is driven away by the wind. It comes from north side and it is driven away by another side, and wind is coming from south side and it is driven away by another side. It means of its own nothing. It goes wherever it likes. But here, and in case of Swami Vivekananda's, and he said he has one sankalpa, and Sri Ramakrishna, he went to Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, when he was in quite young, 20 plus. Then he said, so give me a boon that you bless me in that in such a way that I always in what you call Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and rarely I should come out to uh, feed to get some food so that the body exists, and then I should go there. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, then how fool you are, how selfish you are. He scolded, how selfish you are. No, you should become a great banyan, a big banyan, and you have to give shelter to so many people and bliss and happiness. Then he said, you would teach the world, and that key is with me, and you would teach the world. And he said, I can't. But Swami said, Sri Ramakrishna said, no, I make your bones to teach. That is that Sri Ramakrishna said. So here, Sri Ramakrishna Sankalpa now. Swamiji Sankalpa is the Sankalpa of Sri Ramakrishna. He also did work. After achieving that highest state, but that work is now Sarvabhuta Hiterata, for the welfare of the society. And that state comes when you do meditation, and when negative thoughts are eradicated, when you get peace of mind, and when you try to realize your real nature, and when you try to control your sense organs, and mind is when you is now coming to your control, then what happens? Naturally, you will get, when you are nearer to your real nature, and naturally all these qualities comes. So that's a Lord Krishna. Here he said, there is a possibility. That is why he's saying that. Otherwise, there is no scope. He knows everything. So in this life only we have to achieve. If not, we need not worry. whatever the state of, the what you call sadhaka stage you stop, and from there you continue next birth, and from there you have to proceed. You can just like a carry forward bank balance. Yes, therefore last month, say for example 5,000 is there. At next month, then they carry forward. That means we start with 5,000, and whatever added, even 1 rupee, 5,001, 2 rupees, 5,000 added. Then yes, this month 6,000 stop. So next month from 6,000 it continues. Yes, in the same way here also. So in the beginning, only Swami what you call Lord Krishna is saying many things about this meditation and result of meditation, and while doing meditation, what after doing this meditation, what state of mind you should have to get, and what is the ultimate goal of this. He's saying in the beginning. It is called, that is why is a Jagat Guru, the real teacher, teaches like that, not directly. Meditation means just you come and sit, and I keep my hands on your head, and you will get the result. No, it is not that much easy. So that's why Lord Krishna is thinking of all the things. It means the comprehensive way of teaching, we call it as holistic approach, this is called. And all things are included in this. So just meditation means the related to that meditation, everything is telling, and that is the perfect way of teaching. So we continue with our next sloka. So from your side. Yes, Mahendra.
Yes, Ram.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Mahendra, you.
So today's class is very depthful, sir. Means here that happiness. So what is that happiness state of mind? Happiness state of mind is uh, is perfectly explained. That you want that happiness, you have to go to that state of that what small baby she plays physically like that. Next, intellectually, books we enjoy. Next, after that, you go to that some spiritual happiness. That is very clear, sir. It's very clear now. Happiness about that is very clearly explained that, and that sense organs running towards that is, yes, sir. Actually, it's and you say that one thing you said is goodbye to the sense organs, but it's not possible. It's somewhat difficult, but we can lessen the speed. I think that speed that they are going in a speed. I think they are going in a fast way. So slowly, gradually, average slowly the speed slowly we decrease. Then automatically that the speed of that we can control the speed of that sense organs, and that is called what you said, sir. That is called as indriya jeshu, yes, sir. You said that the speed of that sense organ should be. You said it should nullify. Okay, that's that, and that you said, and it's everything, sir. Then that karma anusanjati, it's different, sir. It's means karma sanusajjate, you said, no, sir. It is somewhat difficult to understand. Means the karma, in karma, that detachment, you said, no, sir. In karma, we should do with that. Means detachment means you may be saying that about that we should, that, what to say, that result we should not take that, I think. That I understood, sir. Means karma phalam, we should not be attached with that. I understood like that, sir. And this sarva sankalpa. Sankalpa is, sir, yes, sir. We have to, that desires, I understand. So sankalpa means here desires, I think. Sir. Desires, we should have not have that desires or that motivation, desires which carry forward us towards the negative sides. And you use that word positive side. No? So positive, we have to the desires which include positive side. And this is the last term used, yoga ruda. This is the highest state of that yoga. It's nice, sir. I understood with this. Yoga ruda uchyate. Means it's highest state of this yoga. And now it's very clear, sir. This the fourth sloka is is very clear. And thank you, sir. And it's very best way, sir. And in a best way.
Yes. Any queries?
Many will be there, sir. Naturally means, sir, if we present situation, this sloka to the present situation, it will be different. So many questions will be there, sir. They may not be, means, that questions that much serious won't be there, that much. But if you give the time, we will ask that question, sir. That is the case. That much serious won't be there. Something they will be related to our daily life situations, sir. The daily life situations, how it will be. The queries will be like that, sir. That you may not be possible to means, permit me to like speak like that, I think. So that is, I in a polished way I am talking, sir. A polished way. That I am also telling that in a polished way, not to daily life, how it will be. In practical life, in practical sense, how it will be. That level I am not talking. So I am talking in somewhat in a polished way. That I am talking. But actually, what is the situation that here it is not permitted? It is not, I think.
Of course. Of course, you can. Of course, next time you what you call in text form also we can that queries so that we can answer generalizing. Yes, we can generalize and talk. Of course, yoga karma sukhaushalam. Then madam means that who is that your HM?
Colleague English madam. To ask how to do meditation. She used to ask me how to do meditation, at what time you wake up, how to do meditation. She used to ask me the questions. I said, we are running, sir is running a meditation class. If you are interested, you can join. She has some personal problems, so that is not that I'll say, sir, in the phone. I said, okay, madam, everything is fine. We have opportunities there. You have an opportunity. I am going there. This is nice. I said her, and she said, okay, sir. I did call her, and she has said I have some personal work is there. Next time she said she will join in later. She said.
I thought a spiritual seeker.
I see.
A spiritual seeker or serious about spirituality or?
No, sir. They have that. That was the problems will be there, no, sir. The problems they will go to a doctor like that. If there is a problem, they will go to a doctor. Then that is natural. Again, routine life like that. I think so.
So for them, of course, it is used, but directly if they some a session, a question session, and first they need a solution. So then they come to this path. Otherwise, it is a lengthy process. Immediately, we won't get the result. But if there is a problem, we need immediate solution and result, a temporary relief, temporary solution. Of course, that way, that approach is different. Of course, now this is generalized and systematic way we are now discussing. And some cases, of course, and the approach should be different, and way of dealing also there is a different in that. So then anything more from your side?
No, sir. That is about this is very clear, sir. That sloka is very clear, sir. 3 points you said, no, sir. This you clearly 3 points. Nice. Very clear.
So let us meet next week.
Srinivas is there, sir. Srinivas is there. Srinivas is there, sir. Srinivas.
Oh, last. Yes.
Just my battery power backup gone again. I missed I think at the last 5-10 minutes I missed out. So when you're discussing about the dhyana, something about then, yeah. So the sloka, yeah, clear to me as well. recently the Japa Swamiji's you sent, right? So that's really, I thought of actually asking some questions on that. So like how much, like how many times like we have to do what to do, what Japa. It could be like anything, or sometimes a specific uh, sadhana that we need to do on a particular time.
Okay. So that comes in this only, and where to sit and how to sit,
Yeah.
and that in future slokas, Lord Krishna says, and then we discuss in detail the role of even japa also. Yes, and
Yes.
in future it comes. Uh, and where to sit, natrichitam natnejam chelajana purushottaram tatraikagram manakritva nakinchadapi chintaye. Means, and about food also he says, and where to sit also he said, natruchitam natinicham chelajana purushottaram tatraika. So the place and what to keep, yes, and on what we have to sit. So everything he mentioned in that, and of course in that there we discuss about the japa, importance of the japa also, and before meditation, and what we have to do, and that comes in course of time. Then we discuss in detail. So regarding this today's,
Today's no questions, sir.
hmm, of course this time also by Abhay, then what happened to him? Last time he called me.
I think
I spoke to him
he has
and he
some
said last
relatives.
time
I think
some.
there some relatives are visiting him, because next 19th is yeah, he's like his house is crowded. That's why he didn't get the place. That's why last time I missed, and today also,
Last time
yesterday
also,
night.
uh,
Sorry, sir.
yes, yes. No, last time also he said he's called me. Then I'm traveling here and there. Of course, he's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Last I think he
Not
went to Anantagiri, I guess. Anantagiri, some Yadadri. With his sister, I think he's
yes, yes,
traveling.
yes. Of
Only
course,
those guys will get only weekends, so maybe that's the reason why he's now samsara.
you have to handle all these things.
Yes,
You have to
yeah,
manage.
correct. Yeah, 19th afternoon he's leaving. Mostly
Mm.
next weekend. Yeah, that's what he said. Once he reaches the US, maybe next weekend he can meet us.
Yes, yes, yes. So today, this time, Jeffrey sir, of course, he did not see even
Okay,
mail,
sir.
but I called some. Again, we have to see the personal problem, I think. So, anyhow, so is it, do you feel good, Srinivas?
Yes, sir.
This satsang?
Yeah, it feels good, sir. So every week, yeah, shloka and some book reading. Yeah, sometimes gives the one kind of motivation also. Uh, Even if we lose the track, also it will bring it back to the track. So recently, I thought of started reading the book. I said last time it's the monk who doesn't have the without frontliner. So that is going to start from Ragnatanda Jiti. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm going to start that book. But every time I'm missing that, so I think yeah, this week I'll surely I'll start that book.
Better
Previously,
to.
my life and my work, that is finished.
Yes, sir.
My life is my work is almost done, and next
Yes,
I'm
yes.
going to start reading on the
Nachiketa,
monk. Yeah.
without front, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes
And
Swamiji says, Ranganathandaji, when he was in Mysore ashram, so he tells stories about his life there. And when he was in the cook in ashram,
dishwasher,
yeah,
dishwasher.
dishwasher, yeah. That's why he expressed his gratitude to master, that see how master's grace is a normal food, like a kitchen keeper, is going to become a mission
Yes.
president of the
Worldwide
Ramakrishna mission.
president.
Correct.
Worldwide president.
So
Yes,
that's
yes, yes.
that's kind of some kind of a stories he shared that was really inspiring to read.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So in Ramakrishna Prabhu, every month is coming
Mhm.
like a serial. It is incidents and teachings,
Okay.
and later in book form also it may come. So Ranganatha Maharaj said, "You are not supposed to tell about me after I leave this world. Then you have to bring book, and that is the condition in mission."
Mhm.
And of course, that is why he was a real yogi. And as per according to Sri Ramakrishna's wish and will, he led his life. And in Ramakrishna Prabha, even you can subscribe to the channel in the ebook form also. You can get, I think.
Right. Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah.
And later, for the last 1 year, we are getting his episodes. Ranganatha Maharaj, just 2 pages.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll check it out, sir. I'll try to
so quite
subscribe
often.
that. Yes, sir.
Let us wind up. Next week we can.
Sure.
लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु
Sri Ramakrishna.
जय रामकृष्ण